Hola chicos, I cannot believe this is the last recording for this 8th grade. Congratulations graduates, this is your last video as I said. Listen, let's pay close attention because during the past 3 sessions we have learned past tense. How do you say a sentence in past tense with an AR ending verbs only? And this is what you have in here, the pretéritos, past tense. The example is with comprar. Notice that I underline in red the AR ending. Why? Because if I want to say I bought, you are not going to say yo compro. You're going to take away the AR ending and put an E. With the tú, you're going to take the AR ending and put aste. With el, ella, and usted, take the AR ending and put o. And the same thing with the nosotros, vosotros, and the ellos and ustedes form. That means if I want to say an example, he bought, I am going to say él change the AR ending to a letter O. Él compró. Okay? And that means he bought. The present tense will be él. If it is comprar, change the AR ending to an A, right? But that's something that we have learned. We are not using, but I want you guys to see the difference between one and the other one. So we're learning about past tense. So that was 3 sessions ago. So now here's the example. Juan compró un cuaderno para la clase de matemáticas. Juan bought a notebook for math class. Julia y yo compramos unas bicicletas el fin de semana pasado. Julia and I bought bicycles last weekend. So now, notice that nosotros, once again, with the AR ending is exactly the same conjugation with the present tense. How do you know that they're talking about past tense? Because of the context clues. Semana pasado, el fin de semana pasado, that translates to last weekend. So if it is last weekend, it's past tense. So this is what you need to understand, that you need to see what they're telling you in order for you to make your translation worth it. All right, so today, we're learning about the reflexive pronouns. Remember, chapter 7, we have a very hard time on this, so they're coming back and they will all the time be back. So let's give it a try. Let's breathe in and out. And let's begin. When we talk about a reflexive verb, we are using, instead of yo, we are using me. Instead of tú, you're using te. Instead of él, ella, and usted, you're using se. Instead of nosotros, you're going to use no. For vosotros, you're going to use os. And for ellos and ustedes, you're going to use se. Remember? See? All right. Those are reflexive. Now, those are the reflexive pronouns. So, let's talk about here and then I go back to the chart. It says, remember, you're going to use the reflexive when the action of the verb given to you is done to the person speaking. That means, let's say, lavar. Lavar means to wash, to brush. I could say, lavarme los dientes. Now, notice that the action of lavar, which is to brush your teeth, is being done to myself. I could do that action to myself. And so then in here it says, meaning that the person in doing the action for themselves. Here are the verbs that are reflexive. So these are verbs that you have learned that are in the reflexive form. Afeitarse. Now, yes, it has the se because that's how we are writing it in the reflexive form. However, this se will change based on whoever is speaking in a sentence. If it is myself, if it is someone else, if it is él, ella, and usted, you keep it with se. If it is nosotros, you change the se right in here to the nos. If it is a vosotros, you change the se to the os. And if it is ellos and ustedes, you change the se. And then you keep it to se in that case. All right, so example, afeitarse. This is what we learned before. And let me take this so you don't get confused. Yo, here is the reflexive form. Me, and then by putting the reflexive form, once again, you gotta take the se because you are putting the reflexive form me before the verb, right? Yo me, and then you got a verb, afeitar. So then you are going to conjugate in the present tense. What is the present tense of yo? Well, you take away the AR and put an O. Remember that? I'm going to put it in the back just in case if you don't remember, because your work is to write the present or the past tense in a reflexive form. So, once again, so if it is yo, it will be afeito. Okay? So, yo me afeito todos los días. I shave myself every day. Okay? So, watch what is happening right here. You're saying that you shave yourself every day. Yeah, the action of afeitar, which is to shave, you can do it to yourself. So it is reflexive. So that's why I'm going to put de me. And remember, you're taking the se because yo is speaking in a sentence. And then by taking the se, you have an AR ending verb. What happened when you're conjugating that with the yo form? Well, take the AR and put an O. Yo me afeito todos los días. I shave myself every day. So let me just take this. That is present tense. So I'm going to put it right here. Present. Right? With a reflexive form. Now, what about a past tense? Look at how simple this is. With the past tense, you are to use this chart, which is the past tense of the verbs ending with an IR ending. So let's go back right in here. So if it is past tense, I am going to say yo. What is the reflexive? If the verb is reflexive, say, I'm going to change this se to me because I'm the one speaking. Yo me, and then past tense. So then now we have afeitar. If I look in the top, it says change the IR ending to an E. So yo me, here we go, afeite. Yo me afeité ayer. Notice, here is a word that is telling me that the action happens before. So you gotta make sure that you're paying attention in that. If it says ayer, yesterday. If it says anoche, yesterday night. If it says el fin de semana pasado, last weekend. Okay, you're going to see it. I'm going to give you a couple examples. And this is why I put right in here the reflexive pronouns and the pretérito of the AR ending verbs. Because you put the me, if you're talking about yourself, you put the verb right in here. And this verb, instead of ending with an AR, should end with an E. Right? Because it's past tense for the yo form. Here's the next one, bañarse. Let's use the tú form in the present tense. So it says tú. Tú. I'm going to take this reflexive, se, right? And then I'm going to look for what is the reflexive form for tú. Ooh, it is te. So I'm going to say tú, te. Once again, you already took the reflexive form, the se. Now we got bañar. Conjugate bañar in present tense with tú. So tú te, take away the AR ending and put an AS. Tú te bañas. And I'm going to use todos los días. You shower every day. Días. Present tense. Past tense of the sentence. Same structure. All right. Past tense. Oh, I forgot to put in here. Past tense. Past tense. And notice that the action of to shower, you could shower yourself. So that's why it's reflexive. So I'm going to say tú, right? Now, it says bañarse. Here is the reflexive. Then I have to match it with the pronoun. If it is tú, I look at my chart. I do not write tú, I write te. So, tú, te. Okay? Once again, you already took this reflexive, so you don't have to write it because you're writing it right in here. So now you have bañar. Now you look at the top on your chart, and then you're like, okay, so the past tense of bañar, you take away the AR ending and put aste. So go ahead and do that. So tú te bañaste. Tú te bañaste anoche. You showered yesterday night. So notice once again, context clues. Past tense. Here's the next example. Entrenarse. I'm going to do with él, ella, and usted. So if I do, let's do usted. usted, I now have to take this reflexive and match it with the pronoun. But if you look at my chart, it's the same one. So then you're going to put usted se, entrenarse, to work out. You could work out yourself. So usted se, let's do past tense. We already used the reflexive right in there. So then you have a verb ending with an AR ending. So then present tense with usted se entrena. You take away the AR ending and put an A. Usted se entrena todos los días. That will be the present tense, right? I'm going to leave space right in there. And now the past tense. Usted. Find the reflexive form for usted. Ooh, it's the same one as that one. So I'm going to put it right here. Usted se. Now, take the verb ending with an AR ending. That is entrenar, to work out, and make it past tense with the usted form. Then you look in there. Take away the AR ending and put an O. So then, AR ending, usted se entrenó. And then I could say, usted se entrenó el viernes pasado. Context clue. You work out yourself last Friday. Okay? So now let's do one with nosotros. This one is present tense. Nosotros. Here we go. If it is se, I need to take the se reflexes that matches this pronoun. So then I look, I gotta write nos. Nosotros, nos, and then entre, if it isn't, oh, it says estirar. Estirar. It says estirar. With nosotros, take away the AR ending and put amos. Nosotros nos estiramos todos los días. Okay? We stretch ourselves every day. That's the present tense. Here's the next one. Past tense with a reflexive. Nosotros. Take away the se. Match it up with the pronoun. Oh, I gotta write nos. Nosotros nos. And then, by having that, you have the verb ending in an AR ending. So then, you look at the chart, and I'm using amos. Oh, it's the same, Miss O'Leary. Yes. Nosotros nos estiramos el domingo pasado. El domingo pasado. And here's the context clue that will tell you, oh, that is past tense. Okay? And the next one, we're not going to use vosotros. We're going to, because vosotros, we're not really using it. So we're going to use the ellos and ustedes. Okay? So this one, the example will be with ellos. Ellos. We're writing present tense. Notice that we have se. And that's the reflexive. And I check to see what is the reflexive form for the ellos. Oh, it's the same one. So I will say ellos se. Let's give us a little space. Ellos se. So then by writing the se, then you only come across the verb ending with an AR ending. Levantar, to lift or to wake up. Ellos se levan. If you conjugate that to the present tense, it will be levantan. Ellos se levantan temprano, todos los días. They wake up early every day. Present tense sentence. Past tense sentence. Ellos se. Here we go. You take away that is an AR ending. You look at the chart with the past tense and it says that I need to change the AR ending to Aaron. So AR ending to Aaron. Ellos se levantaron. Ellos se levantaron tarde ayer. Here we go. Context clue. They woke up themselves late yesterday. Okay? So writing there, it tells you what to do and how to do. Maquillarse, to put makeup on. Peinarse, to brush your hair yourself. Prepararse, to prepare yourself. Quitarse, to take off. Relajarse, to relax yourself. And secarse, to dry yourself. Okay? Alrighty, chicos, make sure you take notes. Okay, this is the last thing.